Hi guys, welcome to this reading. So we are going to talk about you guys being divinely favored and what came in today. So I had this vision where I was playing with this baby and I was patting the baby's tummy and I was calling the baby's tummy Tammy. And it was like pat, 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 and then the baby would giggle, 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 right? And then the baby started to get upset, and I had said, "Why are you upset?" And so we're talking telepathically, and she had to go to the bathroom. She had to pee, okay? And so I don't even know. I didn't work there. I was just playing with the baby, okay? And so I brought the baby over to Mrs. Rose, who was actually worked there, and told her she had to be changed because she had to go to the bathroom. Right, so she had like the pamper on and everything. And then I started playing with this other little baby, and it was interesting because the other people that were there were like surprised that I had such a connection to these babies that I didn't know. And then there was a man that was there, and he definitely was like Star Family, okay? He was just like, and he was a man, he was like a dad, and his baby was the baby that I was playing with. It was just like, tummy, 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 right? But it was like, Tammy, Tammy, Tammy. And so I was like, okay. And then we were all placed on, this is like a different scene or a different vision, placed on top of this mountain. And Yeshua was there. And we were like basically told to go down on this ledge, where we went down on this ledge, and this is all like the 1-for-4, and we're looking out. I'm scared as freak because I am afraid of heights, right? It's like afraid of heights, but we'll go on the tallest roller coaster anyway type energy. And so we're all kind of being placed on this ledge, and I'm looking around, and Yeshua hands me a rope. I'm holding the rope, and I'm so like, oh my God, what is going on? I can't even see the bottom. Like it's that high up. And I'm like, what do you expect us to do? Are we supposed to walk off this ledge? What is happening? Right? And so then we start getting fitted for a harness, and I feel the harness coming on me, and I see everyone else is getting the harness, and I start seeing like people kind of like step off the ledge. And so I step off the ledge too. And as we step off the ledge, the harness like lifts us up, okay? And so we don't even have to climb. The harness itself is lifting us up. And this is a representative of the energy of like the palms of God. You're in God's hands, you're in the divine hands, and they're lifting you up on high, therefore being exalted. And being exalted, not only like being completely safe, like nothing's going to happen to you because you're in this harness, but also the fact that you can feel safe to explore these new heights, these new frequencies, these new levels of consciousness that you guys are activating within you, right? And so then that's where it kind of ended. But then I had, we did the healings today, and in my client, one of them, we went into the rest of it, and it was so beautiful because then everyone started to kind of climb up, like you're climbing the side of the mountain, and as you're climbing up, then here's like Yeshua like helping you up, and here's Mother Mary, and like on the side of you, and then you see Mary Magdalene over there, and it's this table filled with fruit and wine, and it's like this big celebration because you have overcome, right? Some kind of big triumph in your life. You've overcome it. You've gained victory over something, and the energy of the date and the energy of the grape was there as well, very, very strong. And you were being purified and washed clean of, like, I guess the trauma or the battle or residual energies. Like you're being purified with like the wine, which represents like the blood of Jesus, the blood of Christ, right? But it represents resurrection. You are the resurrection and life. And so with that, the name Tammy, it is origin is English, and it stands for date palm. All right, so we've been working with the dates lately, if you've seen the other videos. And yes, it also can stand for Tamar, or Tamsman, which is Hebrew, or Thomas, the male version of it, which is the Aramaic root for that, is twin. And the number that is coming out is 818. So not only are you just being purified because you have come into this very high consciousness, but you're also being prepared to come into union with your twin flame, or there's a higher level. If you are already with your twin flame, a higher level that is going to be attained during the 818 gateway. Okay, so that is going to be, so that's after Lion's Gate initially, but the energies are still potent, and so 818, right? Or you could see it as 88. Some people see it like that, but I count the one. Okay, so either way, there's this big opening, powerful. And so the date palm, which also is the palm tree. Palm trees are also evergreen. I need to tell you that. So there's this energy of whatever it is that you're coming into is going to have longevity to it. Okay. The date palm stands for strength, resilience, divine favor, life, sustenance, prosperity, longevity, and unity. And some other meanings for the palm tree are prosperity, victory, fertility, triumph, faith, ability to thrive in challenging times, abundance, blessing, and connection to the higher realms, representing you being set on this mountain and being exalted and having the help of the divine hand, him herself, right? So you have to, like, when you're going through things, I'm anointed. I am anointed. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Okay? So that way you can gain the strength of the divine to lift you up and to, like, realign you so that you know who you are and why you came here. All right? And also to understand how powerful the love is that you carry. Your love is the seed of creation. All right? And so it's so powerful. Not only that, is you're being held in the womb of the mother. And so your ability to create, and that's where this fertility is coming in, is about to also enhance. I just heard astronomical wealth, right? And so you have to believe in your power to co-create with the universe, because you are being handed that. You are not only being, like, anointed, it's like you're almost being, it's more than knighted. You're being kinged, you're being crowned, you're being, like, it's powerful, okay? Really powerful. And so is your twin or your other half. And for some of you guys, this energy alignment, I'm seeing the Lover's card, this other half of you is you coming into divine unity, which is the date palm, coming into that divine unity within self, right? Where masculine, feminine integrate and become one, right? Where you become the walking trinity. This is Poseidon energy, Neptune energy, Odin energy, Pitta energy, all right? It's powerful, divine. You become the divine architect, right? And so also prosperous times lie ahead, Taurus energy. Okay. Tammy also, because I was patting on the baby's belly, it also represents that your ability to process and integrate experiences, emotions, and information. And so this is primarily energy, solar plexus upgrade, also navel chakra upgrade, sacral chakra upgrade for you guys, okay? Because, and also you going through the purification of releasing anything from the past that has been unprocessed. So this is stuck, stagnant, old energy that you are about to release, okay? Emotional release, which when you have to pee, or if someone has to pee in a dream, it represents emotional release. And because she had her pamper had need to be changed, so she just released. So whatever this release is for you guys is going to be quick, okay? And God says talk about the dates. So, all right, hold on. The dates, all right, are very significant. So you may be called to, like, eat dates. But what is the most significant? Where is it? All right. Oh, here it is. Okay, so, like, the most significant thing about the dates is that it was the date tree when Moses was leading when they were being led out of the Red Sea, and they didn't have water for like a few days, and they found water and it was bitter to taste, right? And so this is God threw the date tree into the water and it made it sweet. And so dates also represent immortality, okay? Dates also represent, and Judaism, I'm maybe not saying it right, but whatever, all right? Don't shoot the messenger. So the date tree stands for grace, elegance, and bestowed upon, okay, women with the name Tamar, so that might be important. In Islam, it is revered as a blessed tree. It's for its nutritional value. It is also linked to paradise, and Prophet Muhammad, which is Archangel Sandalphon, encouraged eating dates, okay, because of its energy and vitality. In ancient Egypt, it was life, sustenance, and it also represents Isis and Hathor, so you might be working with them. And in Christianity, it is known for Palm Sunday, and so Palm Sunday is basically 7 days before Easter, which is the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Okay, so resurrection and life. So you're going through a very huge rebirth, right? You're coming into your ancient mastery, your ancient wisdom. You know, it's like where you're walking on this earth completely attached to the energy. And I say attached because it's like they're one with you, integrated with the energy of ancient masters, and then being able to talk to them, get guidance from them, these things, like where you just have this really beautiful relationship with your guides, all right, which also may be changing as well. Okay, and so this energy of representing, when you eat a date, you immediately raise your vitality and your energy, okay? And so also eating dates is going to have the power to take you out of Egypt. And Egypt is representing negative thoughts, okay? And so, yeah, like esoterically representing that. And you being able to come into positive thinking. So eating dates, or even just drinking date water, like infusing your water with dates, is going to allow you to really cleanse the mental body. Yeah, very much so. Thank you. Yeah, it says it instantly replenishes and revitalizes the body, okay, especially after fasting. So like having date water in the morning, when you break your fast, breath fast, that kind of thing. And it's rich in vitamins and minerals. It has potassium, phosphorus, magnesium, calcium, dietary fiber. It's easily digestible, and also easy to absorb sugars. Now, just caution, do not eat dates like overconsumption or anything like that, because it does have sugar in it. So if you're diabetic or have any of those other issues, please talk to your GP or holistic therapist, whoever. All right, just to confirm how much date water you can drink, or how much dates you can eat safely. And also just consult with your own intuition on that, okay? Yeah, because you can even place by your altar, I just saw, you can place date water or dates on your altar, okay? So it doesn't actually have to be ingested, but, okay, follow your own intuition. And it's like, it's strength, right? And so there's a myth about the date tree. The immortal phoenix would build its nest upon the date palm, and then the fire would rise up and burn everything, which is signifying rebirth. So again, you are the phoenix rising. If you do not realize that you are the phoenix, you are, okay? Look at how much you've transformed, and how many obstacles, challenges, how much you have just like done something and then reinvented yourself and then rose up again. this happened, then something happened, you're like, nope, I'm going to do this, and rose up again. Like, how many times have you had to set it completely on fire and rise up again? Whether it be out of jobs, relationships, mindsets, heart sets, right? Yes. Transformational genius is what I just heard. Okay. So also, the date palm, it says 70, I don't know if I wrote this right, because it says 70 date palm trees symbolize the 70 aspects of the Torah. So it might just be like 70 palm trees. So that's just really significant. And it says that when you eat the fruit of the date, then the Torah will reveal its fruit to you. Okay. And so if you're reading anything esoteric, I know like the Torah, the dates, acai, and dragon fruit are very good for spiritual enlightenment, foods like that. And also, Abba says, Father says, I will bring the fish to you. All right, so it's like the end of inner suffering, because you are refusing to give in to any kind of illusions, any kind of fear, false evidence appearing real. And also, when we were on that ledge in the mountain, what was said to me was, do not leave until the fear disappears. Or no, he said stay until the fear disappears. So if there's something in your life right now where you're like, I need to give up, but your heart is telling you, do not. Your heart is saying, do not listen to fear. Do not listen to the haters. Haters gonna hate. Do not give up. Stay where you are until the fear disappears. And when you have no more fear, then you're thinking clearly, and you're thinking with this love. And then if you choose to do something different or pivot in a different direction, then by all means do it. But do not allow fear to control you anymore. Do not allow fear to tell you that you can do this or you should be doing that, right? Okay. So yeah, that's, yeah, okay. Also, you may have overcome or be overcoming any kind of sexual abuse with family and that kind of a thing, like that getting completely healed. Also, know that you have an incredible role when it comes to the spiritual ascension of the earth, especially if you are watching this, right? Especially if you're still watching it. All right, I'm just looking at the rest of my notes to make sure. Also, it might be important that the date palm can grow up to 23 meters tall, which palms 23 may be really significant for you right now. If you're not saying it 3 times a day, then you definitely need to be saying it, especially if you are feeling stuck financially, or if there's things financially that you want to come in. Just aligning to that prayer and allowing it to clear your energy, to open your energy. And also it calls in Archangel Michael even more, okay, for assistance and just clearing things from you. Ganesh probably is working with you too in clearing obstacles. And a lot of these are mind obstacles, yeah? Because you create your own reality. So as soon as you stop creating it here, right? You stop hearing it here, you stop creating it here, it disappears from your reality. And there's no more obstacle or challenge, right? Perspective shift. And then it also, the palm tree lives in hot, arid conditions. And the date palm can last for around 100 years. So again, that longevity, okay, for whatever it is that you are being asked to create, go ahead and create it, because it's going to be around for a very long time. Yeah. Also, Spirit wants to talk to you about cleansing your red blood cells, okay? Because, all right, so oxygen, the breath of life, oxygen is going to help ignite your DNA. It's going to help ignite your body, your vitality. And so cleansing your red blood cells is going to help you get more oxygen, absorb more oxygen into your blood. All right. And this is also going to help your brain functioning. And in this, all of these things are going to help you to hear the voice of God, to hear the divine even more, and then also be able to have that sweet devotion as well. And so, yeah, helping you to have sweet devotion. So within, let's see, I'm just hearing morphogenic fields. All right, so before I get to the red blood cells, there's this energy of like self-control that's coming in, and control of the appetite. So if you've been like overeating or overeating, because you basically can eat whatever you want, but it's kind of like how much of it that you're eating, I think, is what's going on, right? And so that might be zapping your vitality, because if you're overeating, then you're not able to digest as quickly as you should be, and then therefore your solar plexus gets blocked, and then you have low self-esteem, low confidence, and it's hard for you to hear your inner guidance because your soul connection feels blocked, right? Or if there's just toxic waste sitting in your intestines because it's just not digesting fast enough, right? And so, yeah, so this is also, again, with like this cleanse and things like that for you to have right now. And your solar plexus is also your vital life force, and where wisdom, your inner wisdom, is held, okay? And this is actually like your solar plexus and your sacral, okay? Yeah. So the center of your vitality, strength, and balance. And specifically your solar plexus is your stomach, your confidence, self-esteem, and your personal power, all right? And your gut energy, that intuition, emotional intelligence, okay? So eating the date water, or even just inviting the energy of dates into your meditation, okay? And then also, I'm going to tell you some other foods that are going to come in to help cleanse the red blood cells. Is going to be very helpful. And you staying in your personal power, you being able to align yourself to God's will, and self-control is like temptation, okay? The temptation to go back to an old way that had you hitting a block every single time. Every time you got to it, it was dead end. It was a dead end, you know. And so self-control can help you to not have the temptation to keep going down that same street, that same avenue, when you know it's not going to lead you anywhere. All right. So this is also with relationships and these different kinds of things that are falling away. Yeah. So, do your own research as well, please. And also meditate, okay, to make sure that this is for you. And so, how to cleanse your red blood cells, just with the things that you can do without any medical help, is drinking water, eating, I'm going to say the word, vegetables, listen, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, okay? Blueberries, cranberries, coffee, grapefruit, and fish. Those are the things that I found when I did my research on what is going to help to cleanse your red blood cells, with the purpose for you to hold more oxygen. The more oxygenated you are, the more heightened and illuminated and activated you are, okay? That's why the Tim Wolf method, and oxygenating your body, breath work, okay? And even doing breath work on top of mountains, going hiking and going to the top of the mountain, doing that breath work, all of these things are going to help support where God is about to put you, okay? Or where God has put you, actually. There's also a thing with enemas if you are familiar with that kind of thing and coffee enemas and that sort of thing. But remember, always check with your GP. Disclaimer, okay? Not only check with your GP, check with your intuition, your guides. Make sure these are things that you should be doing or can be doing, or see how you can do them safely, that kind of a thing, because you want to make sure that, like a coffee enemas, you're replenishing your potassium afterwards and that kind of a thing. But if you're not comfortable doing these things because it's something that you've never done before, there are definitely places out there to help you do that, holistic places and stuff like that, if that's your kind of thing. And or you don't have to do the enema, you can just find different ways to get the coffee. But there's something about the coffee that is particular, because I had the coffee pod, and I noticed, I was washing dishes yesterday at my daughter's aunt uncle's house, and I noticed the little spray thing, and I noticed all the crud around the little, the holes of the little spray thing, and I was like, it's interesting, and I was like gonna clean it, but I ended up, I just power washed it because it was a really strong one. I was like, it's just interesting. So then today I was at her grandma's house, and I've seen it again, but it was on her grandma's thing, and I was like, and I was cleaning the pod, and I started rubbing the coffee thing on the, on the little holes, and scrubbing off the cruddy around the little holes on the little spray thing on the kitchen sink, the sprayer, and it started coming off, and I was like, what is the significance of this? And I realized after doing this research that Spirit was bringing me to the coffee, and the coffee is a stimulant to help stimulate your body to release the toxins. So that's why coffee is important. But if coffee is not something that you can drink because of the caffeine or what have you, if there's another way that you can naturally stimulate yourself to release, like if you are not releasing, there's smooth groove tea, these things that you can look into, but you can talk to your GP, okay, or your intuition, or just ask the universe to bring something to you that helps you to release that old stuff out. Some of you guys, there might be a parasite cleanse, okay, with wormwood oil, these kinds of things. All right, you can look into that, and it really helps to get out years of corroded stuff inside of the intestines that normally wouldn't get out. Okay, so one last thing, and we're going to end doing some kind of juice cleanse or something like that. Again, talk to a professional if you've never done a juice cleanse, even if it's just a 1-day cleanse with pineapples and spinach and water. That's nice, with ginger. Okay, anytime you do a juice cleanse or fast, make sure you have a plan to refeed. That means to get the nutrients back into your body, because when you're doing a cleanse or a fast, 9 times out of 10, you are going to be deficient in some kind of vitamin, because you are reducing your intake of a balanced vitamin regimen while you're doing your cleanse. Or you can do liquid multivitamin to get over that. But again, talk to your GP, nurse person, okay, to see what's best for you. Okay, I love you so very much. I hope that this helps. I hope that you guys I hope that it helps. I love you. Is there anything else? I don't have my cards here outside. Oh, also what was said is justice has been served. Okay, I love you so very much. Let me know how it hit for you. Comment, okay, subscribe if you feel guided to, and you want to come on this journey with us. Thank you. I love you, and namaste.